Good morning, students. This is Bhavna Sinha, your chemistry teacher, and this is the second video for this week. As you all know, we have started the chapter Some Basic Concepts of Chemistry, and till now we have discussed many topics like what is the definition of matter, what is the classification of matter, then we have discussed the physical classification of matter, and right now we are discussing the chemical classification of matter, in which we have completed the definition and types of elements, compounds and mixtures. Okay, now let us proceed further. So here we will discuss features of compounds. What are the features of compounds? So you can see the first point which is written here is in a compound two or more elements are combined chemically. That means there is chemical reaction between two or more than two elements, then only compounds are formed. Okay, now next one is in a compound the elements are present in the fixed ratio by mass. The elements are present in the fixed ratio by mass. This ratio cannot change. For example, if you have to form H2O, okay, there should be a fixed ratio of 2:1, okay, by number of atoms. Okay, so always compounds are formed, then there must be a fixed ratio between the elements of which they are made up of. Now next one is compounds are always homogeneous. That means they have the same composition throughout. What is the meaning of homogeneous? You can write here homogeneous means particles are evenly distributed. Okay, so in compounds all the particles are evenly distributed. That is why compounds are considered to be homogeneous in nature. Okay, and in a compound constituents cannot be separated by physical methods. You have to use chemical methods to separate the constituents. Okay, the constituents lose their identity. That means the properties of compounds are not similar to the constituents of which they are made up of. They do not show the properties of the constituent elements. So these are some of the features of compounds. The first feature is in a compound two or more elements are combined chemically. Then second is in a compound the elements are present in the fixed ratio by mass, and this ratio cannot change. Always the elements will be in a fixed ratio, in a definite ratio, and if the ratio will change then the compound only changes. Okay, for example I am giving you an example here, H2O and H2O2. These are the two compounds in which the same elements are present, that is hydrogen and oxygen. Now only the change is that there is change in the ratio between the two atoms, that is hydrogen and oxygen, and you can see the ratio has changed and the whole compound has got changed. There is no similarity between the properties of H2O and H2O2. So the fixed ratio is very necessary to maintain to form the same kind of compound. If you have to form water, then you need to maintain the ratio of 2:1 number of atoms, and if this ratio will change then you will not be able to form water. If you have to form hydrogen peroxide, that is H2O2, then you need to maintain the ratio of 2:2 by number of atoms between hydrogen and oxygen, and if this ratio will change then the whole compound will change. Okay, so it is necessary to maintain the definite ratio between the elements present in the compound. Okay, now we will see what are the features of mixture. Okay, so here is the first point is in a mixture one or more element or compounds are simply mixed and combined chemically. Okay, that means in a mixture there can be many elements, there can be many compounds, and they are mixed and combined chemically. Okay, now the second point is in a mixture the constituents are not present in fixed ratio. Okay, in a mixture the constituents are not present in a fixed ratio, it can be in any ratio. You can say in a mixture indefinite ratio, indefinite ratio is there, okay, between the different constituents. It can vary. Okay, now third point which I have given here is mixtures may be either homogeneous or heterogeneous in nature. Okay, mixtures may be either homogeneous or heterogeneous in nature. Now what is the meaning of homogeneous? We can write here uniform distribution of particles, uniform distribution of particles. Okay, that is called homogeneous. And what is the meaning of heterogeneous? Heterogeneous means non-uniform distribution. Okay, non-uniform distribution of particles, that is called heterogeneous. So mixture can be either homogeneous or heterogeneous. What is the example of homogeneous mixture? Sugar plus water. This can be the example of homogeneous mixture because the particles of sugar and water are evenly or uniformly distributed. Now what can be the example of heterogeneous mixture? Sand plus water. You can see a visible boundary between sand and water, and the particles are not uniformly distributed in the mixture of sand and water. So this is an example of heterogeneous mixture. Now the next point is constituents of mixtures can be separated by physical methods. We can separate constituents of mixtures by physical methods. For example, sugar and water can be separated by evaporation. Okay, evaporation. And heterogeneous mixture can also be separated into its constituents by physical methods. Okay, the last point is in a mixture the constituents do not lose their identities. That means they show the properties of the constituents of which they are made up of. Like if we see the mixture of sugar and water, then the mixture is sweet as the sugar is sweet, and the mixture is liquid as the water is liquid. So the Mixture which is formed by the combination of sugar and water shows the properties of both the constituents, that are sugar and water. That is why we can say mixture shows the characteristics of all the constituents. So these are the features of mixtures. Rest we will discuss in the next class. Thank you, students.